Well, hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a bunch of previews for Dragonstorm, which is coming up in a couple weeks. And if you have been following the channel, you know that I was planning on skipping out on Dragonstorm. But let's look at the previews together and see if this can convince me to change my mind and maybe jump in to the Dragonstorm set. Now today we got some commanders, so we have all 5 commanders revealed. We've got a couple of articles about collecting and all the different style of cards that we're going to get, and the new mechanics that are going to be joining Magic with Dragonstorm. So let's jump right into it. I haven't read any of the articles yet. I only skimmed through just to see if everything was new, which it is. So first we're going to look at is Tarkir Dragonstorm Commander deck list. Now, it's not actually the deck list yet. They did say on their live stream that they're going to be revealing each deck one per day for the next couple days. I don't know yet if I'll be doing a video every day on each of the commander decks or if I'll just wait until all 5 have been revealed and do one longer video going through all of them. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. If you want daily videos or one long video at the end with all the commander decks. Also, if you're new, hey, welcome to the channel. Subscribe. We talk about Magic the Gathering whenever I feel like it, whenever I can. We do unboxing of boosters and all that fun stuff. And comment down below, are you excited for Dragonstorm? Now, again, quick history. I am a huge fan of Universe Beyond. I know, go ahead, give a thumbs up. Thumbs down to the video. You're mad at me that that's what I like, but that's what I enjoy. I'm excited for Final Fantasy. I'm excited for Marvel, and Dragonstorm was just, at first I was thinking, yeah, it's just dragons. I already have a bunch of dragon cards, so I wasn't super excited about this one, but let's see. Let's find out together. Maybe my thoughts will change after this. Anywho, let's jump right into it here. Dragonstorm features a triumphant return of the Plains 5 clans. This time, they're crossing swords and casting spells at your commander table with 5 ready-to-play commander decks. Each deck is themed around one of the 5 clans, featuring new to Magic cards and iconic reprints. If you're a Teamer, Truther, or Sultai supporter, these are the commander decks for you. Now, I will say, really like the boxes here. They're expensive, but I do like the covers, and I'm a huge fan of Commander. That's obviously my go-to style of playing, so let's see what happens here. Don't think anything is new here. 100-card deck with a main commander, borderless art, one traditional face commander featured with borderless art, one traditional foil featured commander. Okay, right, I remember when they talked about this. The 10 double-sided tokens, which is what we always get, one collector booster sample pack, which comes with like 2 extra cards, and the deck box to just put it all together. That makes sense. You can explore all the cards from this deck, the image gallery, or view them right here. So again, these are all going to be revealed every single day. I don't know which one is which, like which day they're each going to be revealed, but in the next 5 days, all will be revealed. But first up, we got the Abzan Armor, and here are your 2 commanders. So one of the big differences with this set compared to the old ones is that most of the time, whenever you buy a commander deck, a precon, you'd get a main commander that's like the card that the whole deck is built around, and then you'd have a secondary commander that you could play if you wanted to change it up, but the deck was built around one specific commander. The big difference with this set is that it's actually coming with 2 commanders. You've got the clan leader and its dragon. So in this case, with Abzan Armor, you got Felethar the Steadfast, which I hope I said that right, and Baator Ancestor's Voice, which means that the whole deck works with either one of these 2 commanders instead of it just being focused on one and you can kind of use the other one, which is a really cool mechanic. So let's see what these cards do. Both of them have white, black, and green, but one of them is a 1 cost and one's a 2 cost. So let's start with Felethar here. Human warrior. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Oh, interesting. I like that. And it's a 0/5. Creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have Defender. Okay, cool. So I'm going to guess a lot of the cards will have Defender, and then the commander will give the option to swap out. That's cool. And then he can spend 3 and tap, sacrifice another creature to draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness, then discard cards equal to its power. Interesting. Very cool. So it's I remember this deck being the one that's like focused on defense, and I see how they do that. That's really cool. Again, being a new player that's been here for less than a year, we're getting to a 1-year mark of me playing in Magic. I don't know of a lot of decks that do this mechanic of using toughness over power. So let me know if there's other decks like that, or if this is like a new mechanic. I think that's really cool. Let's look at his Dwagon over here, the Baator. He has flying and lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, put a number of +1/+1 counters on up to one other target creature you control, equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. Okay, nice. Return up to one target creature card with mana value less than or equal to the amount of life you lost this turn from your graveyard to the battlefield. That sounds really good. Okay, that sounds like a really cool combo here. I'm a fan of Abs and Armor first up. Let's keep going here. Oh, here, Commander at Home will be revealing the contents of this deck on March 24th. So there you go. That is in about a week from now. Or, yeah, about a week from now. Jeskai Striker, hope I said that right. This one comes with Shiko and Narset Unified and Elsha Threefold Master. Okay, nice. So this one has like the human dragon on one card and then a Jin Monk on the other. They're both blue, red, white with a 1 cost here. This one here, Flying and Vigilance, Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy that spell if it targets a permanent or player, and you may choose new targets for the copy. If you don't copy a spell this way, you draw a card. Very cool. So you can multiply a couple of your spells, which is cool. On the other side, Elsha Threefold Master has Trample, which is just a 1/1. Prowess, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, I get a +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay, so I see how that works with this. And then whenever Elsha deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 white monk creature tokens with prowess. Okay, so I see how this combo works out here. So you're gonna want to play a bunch of spells with Shiko, and that's gonna buff up the prowess, and then every time you do damage with the trample, you're going to create a bunch of monks that are also going to have prowess, so over time this is going to get really strong. Not just from these two cards, not my style of game. I don't love the idea of multiple spell casting, but I do think it's a cool mechanic. It's just not for me. I think I still prefer Abs and Armor over this one, and I'm looking at just 2 out of the 100 cards in the deck. Let's keep going here. Command Zone will be revealing the contents of this deck on March 19th, so that's tomorrow at the time of me recording this video. Sultai Arisen is the third one. This is a black, green, and blue, and he comes with Codis Sipsig Champion and Taval the Balanced Scale. I really like this dragon over here. So let's look at the zombie first. Codis. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard by exiling 3 other cards from your graveyard in addition to paying its other cost. Okay, whenever one or more creatures you control enter, if one or more entered from a graveyard or was cast from a graveyard, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Codis. Okay, so he brings back people from the graveyard, and he himself gets stronger as well over time. Pretty simple, like usual graveyard deck style. Nothing new here in my opinion. Looking at Tival, flying, whenever this card attacks, mill 3 cards. Then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tap. Okay, so he's going to be able to ramp it up there. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie druid token. Okay, cool. So again, see the mechanic here. I've played a lot of zombie decks, so again, this is nothing new to me. I do really like the art on this guy. Not a big fan of the zombie, but the dragon's really cool. This card is going to be revealed by Tolarian Community College. Always love that name. On March 21st, which I actually... people are going to hate me on this. I only just started watching other YouTubers recently, so I only just got to meet the professor on video like a week or 2 ago. So I was like, oh, maybe I should look up what other content creators do. So I started looking at Tolarian. Pretty... seems like a fun guy. Anyways, let's look at Mardu Surge. This is a deck that one of my friends is extremely excited about because he likes orcs. So it comes with Zergo, Stormrender, and Nariv Crackling Vanguard. This is a red, white, and black. Let's look at the orc first. Mobilize 1. So what does this do? Whenever this creature attacks, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature token. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. And then whenever a creature token you control leaves the battlefield, draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, each opponent loses 1 life. Pretty simple stuff. And then flying and Death Touch on the dragon here, which the dragon looks really cool. When Nariv enters, create 2 red goblin creature tokens, and then when he attacks, exile a number of cards from the top of your library equal to the number of differently named tokens you control. During any turn you attack with a commander, you may play those cards. Interesting. Okay. Not bad. Pretty cool. Again, I do think the Abzin one is still the one that to me seems the most exciting because it's different from what I've seen before. This is, you know, this is very typical from what I've seen in other combos. I do like the art on this guy. I do think the orc looks pretty cool here too. When is he being revealed? infrequentes. I don't know how to say this name. We'll be revealing the content on March 20th. And then the last one is the Temur Roar deck. I do like the art on this one, on both of these cards. Eshki, Temur's Roar, and then Urani of the Unwritten is the other one. Let's see. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Eshki. If that spell's power is 4 or greater, draw a card. If that spell's power is 6 or greater, deals damage equal to Eshki's power to each opponent. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I like that. And then the Urani Flying Trample. Whenever it enters or attacks, look at the top 8 cards of your library. You can put a dragon creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Okay. Pretty cool. I like that. Getting to play some free cards from free dragons being brought back, which is really strong too. And then this one's being all revealed on March 25th, so exactly a week from now on Weekly MTG, which is the channel's official live stream. So those are the 5 commander decks. Pretty cool. Again, so I kind of lied. I said I wasn't excited. I wasn't buying anything. I actually did buy all 5 of the commander decks, but I don't plan on keeping any of them. The plan right now is that on the weekend that we receive the 5 commander decks, I'm going to invite 4 of my friends, and we're going to do a whole day of playing all 5 decks, and we're going to be vlogging. I'll do a vlog style video of us. Basically, you're not going to get to watch the whole gameplay because that would take absolutely forever. What we're going to do is record our reactions on our thoughts in between each game on what we thought of every single deck. So if you guys are curious about which ones are the most fun, make sure to subscribe because I'm going to have a video coming out where basically I'm going to play every single one of these decks once, and each of my friends will each get to play it once. We're going to rotate throughout the whole table until we've all played all the decks. I don't plan on keeping any of them. That's what I was saying about not buying them. So I bought them with the intention of just doing this one video and then potentially getting rid of them. But I will say the abs and armor, pretty cool. This might be the one that if I decide to keep one, I might keep this one. So there you go. If you guys were curious about gameplay of them, we will have gameplay reactions basically of it instead of a gameplay video. All right, let's jump into the second article, which is collecting Tarkir Dragonstorm, the 4 most important things to know. So this is going to kind of show us what to expect from like this collector boxes and the play boosters and all that. So it says here releases on April 11th, a week early for the pre-release as well, which as a new player, gotta be honest, have no clue what the hell the difference between actual release and pre-release, because for me, everything releases at the exact same time, which is going to be on April 4th. I don't see what's the difference between pre-release and the full release. But if you guys know, let me know. All right, let's jump right into it. First thing, serialized retro frame Jasper. So the serialized card of this one is the Mox Jasper, which is a legendary artifact. It's a dragon egg. Tap, add 1 mana of any color, activate only if you control a dragon, and there's going to be 500 of them. I don't like retro frames, so I'm not even going to try to get this one. So there you go. Next up, though, we do have Ghostfire. So 10 cards are going to have a Ghostfire effect on it, which is right over here. All Out of Sun is a new card. I'll let you guys read it if you want to. I'm just kind of looking at the effect. Ugin, the legendary spirit dragon at the heart of Tarkir's history, wields a special form of magic known as Ghostfire. You'll feel like Ugin when you cast one of the 10 Ghostfire cards from the set. These appear only in collector boosters in a traditional foil and in a halo foil. So there you go. The fetch lands return with dragon scale foil. Oh yes, okay. So I saw this one on their Twitter. I don't know if I can show it to you guys, but one of the new foils they have is a dragon scale. So it actually looks really cool. I'm sure when you have it in person, it's gonna look cool. But you're basically gonna have like dragon scale across the whole card, and it's gonna be foil. Very cool. There's one of the new dual lands here as well, the Scalding Tarn, which I do like the art of both of them. Very cool there. These lands are so fetch, all 5 enemy color fetch lands appear as special guest cards with non-foil version, showing up in play boosters and traditional foil in collector boosters. Additionally, you can open a special dragon scale foil version of these cards in collector boosters, each with different artwork. Then we've got the lands, which this one I did see as well. Very cool. We got Dragon Eye lands. Very cool. So there's the plains. Oh man, these are 10 out of 10. Great call on these. The plain, the island. They should have the other ones. I definitely saw the other ones. Let's keep scrolling down here. Okay, well, we'll come back to it. Anyways, the very cool Dragon Eyes lands. Really, really big fan of that idea for the lands there. Gaze upon. Yeah, cool. information. We already knew about the symbols. They revealed that last time. The set legality is all the same. Pricing looks like it's the exact same. Play booster $549, collector $24.99, commander decks $44.99, bundle $53.99. All of them being in US prices. Us, myself included, being in Canada, we're screwed, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys hopefully know by now, we have not only Canadian prices on all this, but we're also getting the tariff from the US on all of it. So that means that everything is going up by minimum 25% and potentially even more, which I haven't said anything yet in the video, but it could end up killing the channel. That's how bad the increases in prices are. Just a regular collector booster for $24.99 currently. Last I checked, a Final Fantasy collector booster was going for $78.99. So I'm looking at like I don't know how I can do that. Like one collector booster is more expensive than a full commander deck, which I know the Final Fantasy set is way more expensive, but even if I remember the Dragonstorm, I didn't look at it, but I'm pretty sure Dragonstorm, a collector booster, was being sold for about $65 for one collector booster, which makes it really hard to collect when everything is so additional. Anyways, conversation for another time. Just want to mention, really hard to keep track of these damn tariffs and increases in prices. But I'll go more in detail in the future if it actually happens. It, again, may not officially happen, but some places have already increased the price. Anywho, takes flight at your local game store. Let's see what's here. That's just a regular card. Don't really care. Booster Fun. So Narset, Jeskai Waymaster, Sarkon, so a couple new cards here. Very cool art for these guys. Serialized, we already saw that, so that's not new. Oh, here are the other lands. Very cool. So we have the Dragon Presence lands and the Dragon's Eye lands. So let me know in the comments which one of the two do you think are cooler. So here are the Dragon Presence. So you can see like the shadow of the dragon above the island, the plains, the swamp, the mountain, and I gotta be honest, the forest is the coolest in my opinion. This is perfect. And then the eyes, here you go. We already saw these two, but here are the other ones. Man, these are sick. I think I prefer the eyes, but I do think the other ones are also really cool. First time I'm this excited about lens. Very, very cool. And then you got a special, this is going to be a promo, Dragon's Eye promo, which is going to be, I guess that's a colorless, unless I'm getting it wrong. I don't feel like reading. It's probably colorless. Ghostfire, we already looked at them. Very, very cool. Excited to see how it looks like in hand instead of just like on a digital screen, but you've got that. Oh, the card moves. Look at that. Look at how fun this is. Interactive digital render, not actual card, of course. Halo Foil Ghostfire. Then you got a couple special guest cards. Emergent Ultimatum, I think it's what it says. Oh my god, 2 black, 3 greens, 2 blue. Sorcery. Search your library for up to 3 mono-colored cards with different names and exile them. An opponent chooses one of those cards, shuffle that card into your library, and may cast the other cards without paying their mana cost. Exile them. That is very strong. That feels like it's going to be really strong. It is very tough to pull off, but a strong card. Then we got a dual color land there. Misty Rainforest. Is that the same one? Yeah, it's just a different art for that one. Little dragons. And there it is with the dragon scale. Oh, you could kind of see. I don't know if you guys can tell the little dragon scale on the back of all the cards. So there you go. Here. Yeah, it's kind of showing. I'm sure it's going to look cooler, hopefully, in person than it does in the video here. And then reversible dragons. Oh, right. Baby version of the dragon and like adult version of the dragon, which is going to be another one. Man, they have a lot of features for this time. Borderless clan cards. You can see here, there's like the little colors for which clan they are a part of. That's very cool. I like that as well. That dragon looks really awesome there. And then you got Showcase Draconic Frame cards. These look really cool too. Damn it. Oh, man, why is it so expensive? Very cool. I wish I was able to collect these. I'm definitely going to have to pass, though. And then you got Borderless Sagas, Sieges, and more. There you go. Again, please go ahead, pause the video if you want to read any of the cards. I'm kind of just looking at the art style of it all. Borderless and Extended Art Commander cards, which we've seen those before. And then here you go. Oh, man. Oh, man, they are not being nice to play boosters this time, huh? So where can you find it? So play boosters will get Draconic cards, Dragon Presence lands, borderless reversibles, and borderless clans, and that's it. Whereas Collector gets all of that, plus the Dragon's Eye basic lands, Extended Art Ghostfire, Halo Foil Ghostfire, Serialized Headliner, Dragon Scale Foil, and the special guest can be in foil, whereas the play boosters will get non-foil. Wow, that is That's not a lot for play boosters. That's unfortunate. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I feel like the last couple sets wasn't that much of a difference. Sorry. Anyways, play boosters, the usual stuff. 14 cards, kind of what we expected. Let's get here. Collector boosters, 15 cards, exactly what we expected. Nothing new there. Whole breakdown of how that works. The 5 commander decks that we just went through. The bundle. And then you're also going to be getting the pre-release pack, which we've seen before. So if you wanted to stick to a specific clan, get the pre-release pack of that clan, and then you're more likely to get cards that are themed around that. The box and all that will be, and the dice, I think, is all, let me see, is it a dice? Spin down die that matches the pre-release clan. Yeah, there you go. So pretty cool stuff. And then we got one last article, which is we're gonna really quickly go through, and that is the gameplay mechanics. So some of these are going to be returning and some of them are new from what I remember. So let's see here. First thing we got is Endure for Abzan. Hardy Abzan rely on familial bonds and the strength of their communities. Centered in white, black, and green, Abzan are prepared for any challenge the other clans or Tarkir itself may present. More than anything, they endure. So let's see. Endures 3. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on it or create a 3/3 white spirit creature token. Oh, okay. So endure is a keyword that let's start that over. Endure is a keyword action that creates creatures, my god, take. It's followed by a number. As a creature's endure n, you choose to either put that many +1/+1 counters on that creature or create that many white spirit creature tokens. If an endure ability resolves while the creature isn't on the battlefield, you will simply only create the spirit token. There you go. Jeskai is getting Flurry. So let's see what Flurry does. Ability word, and each Flurry ability has a different effect. Each Flurry ability is a triggered ability that triggers whenever you cast your second spell in a turn. It doesn't matter what happened to the first spell. It may have resolved or been countered. It may even still be on the stack. The Flurry ability will resolve before the spell that caused it to trigger. Note that Flurry... Okay, so let's say, for example, with this one, Devoted Duelist. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. So it's every time it's your second ability, that's when the Flurry happens. Cool. Renew for the Sultai. 3 and 1. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on the target creature. Activate only the sorcery. So let's see. Renew is an ability word, and each renew ability has a different effect, although they have some things in common. All renew abilities include exiling the card with renew as part of the activation cost, and all of them can be activated only as a sorcery. All renew effects also involve putting counters on creatures, often +1/+1 counters, sometimes others. Sometimes there are additional effects. It's a bountiful variety, something the Sultai would truly appreciate. And then we got Mardu, which is getting Mobilize. The number after Mobilize indicates how many tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature tokens you'll create as the ability resolves. Once Mobilize triggers, it doesn't matter what happens to the creature that attacked, you will create the tokens even if that creature is no longer on the battlefield as the ability resolves. And you will sacrifice the tokens at the beginning of the next end step if that creature isn't around at that time. Like other creatures that enter tapped and attacking, the tokens are never declared as attackers, so they won't trigger any whenever a creature attack abilities. Cool. And I think this is the last one, which is Teamer, and they have Harmonize. Let's see what Harmonize does. Allows you to cast a card from your graveyard by paying its Harmonize cost rather than paying its mana cost. I think we've seen that before, but with a different keyword. In addition, if you cast it this way, you may tap an untapped creature you control as an additional cost for that spell. If you do, the total amount of mana you pay is reduced by that creature's power. Oh! So for example, if you cast Roamer's Routine from your graveyard and also tap a creature you control of power 3, you will only pay a 1 and a green, whereas this one is a 2 and a green. Okay, I see the difference there. Cost reduction applies only to the generic mana, so even if you tap the creature for power 15, you'll still have to pay the green. Fair enough. That makes a lot of sense there. Then we got Omens. With Dragonstorms on seemingly every horizon, ill omens are ubiquitous. I hope I said that right. These days, omen spells give your opponents a glimpse of their doom to come. Very cool. So like you have the doom there. It's an instant. Tap up to 1 target creature, draw a card. Some dragon cards in the set have their own personal omen, an instant or a sorcery on the lower left of the card. Similar to adventure spells, omens have their own name, type line, complete with a new subtype, which is omen, mana cost, and rule text. The dragon's abilities are on the right side of the text box. The dragon's name, mana cost, the usual spots. As you're casting an omen card, you choose which part you're casting, the creature spell or the omen. For example, if you cast Dirgur Island Dragon, which I think is this guy up here, it behaves exactly like any other creature spell. It goes on the stack, and it can be responded to. You hope it resolves, hits the battlefield, terrorizes your opponent's puny creatures. You know, the usual. If you take this route, you can just ignore everything pertaining to the omen on the card. But what fun is that? None, because stacks are lame. If you cast a card as an omen spell, in this case, Skimming Strike, only use the omen's characteristics. You pay the 1 in blue, and it'll be an instant spell with mana value 2. As an omen resolves, you follow its instructions, then you shuffle the omen card into your library. Note that the shuffling part happens only if the omen resolves. If it's countered or otherwise failed to resolve, you won't shuffle into your library, it'll probably just end up in your graveyard. If an omen card is in your graveyard, hand, or library, it only has the characteristics of the creature card. Ignore the omen and all its text. Pretty simple stuff. Behold, my god, there's so much more. Behold! Tarkir has many impressive sights. Each of the clans have developed a style of their own based on unique cultural influences and centuries. Oh, look. Right, I remember they talked about this a while ago, if I remember correctly. So the behold, I think, is that you show a dragon, right? To behold a dragon, choose a dragon you control or reveal a dragon card from your hand. Right, so as an additional cost to this spell, behold a dragon or pay 1. Okay, so it's just like a, hey, I have a dragon, and then you get to do whatever it is. Or if you have a dragon on the board, that works too. Monocolor hybrid mana. Jesus, what the heck is all this stuff? Each clan has a 3-color identity. So to make casting your cards a little easier, some cards offer you some flexibility in the form of monocolor hybrid mana symbols, sometimes called two-brid mana. In case you haven't seen them before, here's a quick look. Okay, yeah, so I have seen this before. So it's blue or 2 colorless, green or 2 colorless, or black and 2 colorless. Makes sense. Survey, we already know Survey. That's not a new one. Oh, and that's it. There you go. Whew. That was a lot of reading, my friends. But where are we at now with Dragonstorm? I'd love to know what you guys think. Again, my head says my heart says it's exciting. I think it's really cool. I want to get involved with it. I do want to collect these and I want to buy them. But my brain also says they've upped the prices. It makes it really hard for me to collect. And again, me being more interested in Universe Beyonds over the actual traditional Magic makes it also a little bit less interesting. I think I'm going to stick to what I had planned, which is playing the Commander decks and seeing how I feel about those first. But when it comes to play boosters, collector boosters, bundles, pre-release stuff, I'm still leaning towards a pass, but we'll have to kind of wait and see. Again, this set comes out after the potential tariff changes in Canada. If it gets canceled and all the prices come back down and everything is fine, maybe I'll go buy like a booster or two. But if they stick to their guns, I might have to just stick to the Commander decks for this one and see where it goes from there. But anyways, let me know what you think. Sorry for being a little bit more negative than I normally am. I am excited about Magic. It's just this set, obviously, there's a lot of stuff happening at the same time in the set that's making it feel a little bit more negative than I wish it was. But let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was a longer video. Enjoy. Take care. Bye-bye.